Another Openfront win. Enjoy. Alright. We are playing India 54. Indian subcontinent 54. Why did I say 54? 55 people. Yeah. Ooh, I played this map before. It can go into endgame situations. I don't like endgame situations, as I told you. I'm doing 55, not 100. Hopefully this game will be quicker. It's not looking too good. Okay, we'll spawn here. Bit of a vacancy. Not really, but we'll make it work. Right, we gotta escape. Send those boats out. Those boats are important. Also, my strat for expanding is I click. So I think if you look down here, every like 50, when it reaches like 700, next click I'll do 800. Then next click I'll do it 850. 850, bang. Next click 900. I'm expanding very fast. It usually isn't this quick. Yeah. The expand. Oh my gosh! I accidentally pressed B instead of I accidentally pressed V instead of B. If you can't tell already, I'm very tired. But we gotta create a legendary video here for you lads, because that is what you guys deserve. Hopefully we can get a good video going. Got a boat into all these locations, swim these islands, ally some of these fellas. A lot of the bots, a lot of the nations are starting to rise up, and all the tribes are disappearing. So many tribes left. There's a lot actually up north, but I don't think we can get there, unfortunately. We can, but we got a boat. It's gonna take a while. Okay. Oh no! Oh no! I accidentally started. Okay. Whew! Okay, that's convenient. Right, we'll stuff it. We're gonna take, and then we're gonna ally. Also, that was a very daring. I went for that because the city was right next to my border. That's the reason I went for that. Else I wouldn't have been that silly and gone for that. Okay, this fella's a tribe as well. Let's take that. We do not have an income stream. Put that there. I like him. I kind of want this guy's land, and I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get to that city. The moment I take that city, he's screwed. He can't do anything. The moment I take that city, he may possibly leave off right now. And he's a player as well. Ooh, this person as well. Right, what's happening up here? Myanmar's being a bit of a donkey. So is this person as well, who still hasn't left for some reason. How's our opportunities? So here's another city. The strat here is to boat into the nations, because I learned from a friend, it does not trigger the attack mechanism in the nation's algorithm. So he's not building shields, if you can see. So I'm able to sneak up, creep up on that city. Well, bang, it's ours now. Ooh, West Bengal is pretty weak. So that's hippity hoppity. That is now my property. Oh, bro, what is this? What? Who? Where? No, come on, ally. I didn't mean to attack you, buddy. I didn't mean to attack you. Ally me. Come on, let me get that city. Yeah. Come on. Okay, now you want to ally. Come on, now you want to ally me. What's going on? Okay, he's allied. Akira is being very, very dangerous. As in if I boat in, that guy's dead. Have I got any sleeper cells? No sleeper cells. He's dead anyways. Right. Hippity hoppity. He shall now be my property. Tee-hee. Right. Let's build a warship as well. Look how much. Okay, if you press spacebar, you can see you can see what types of trade ships you can grab, snag. So I'm gonna try and sneak some of those. Get some. Oh no! I want these red ones. Wow, he went all out. Right. What next? This Canebro is very weak. Kinda wanna take him down. Right, what next? Yeah, there's a right, let's build some cities. Damn, I've built barely any cities. Wow. Right, when this guy goes in again, we're gonna go else. We're gonna go for this right now. This Anno Jaguar is being a bit worrying right now. Being very worrying. We're gonna boat into there. Right, it's spot on. We're gonna ally you. I worry. This guy can easily, right, I'm gonna have a look. He's not allied with Christ Templar. Right, I kinda wanna take this guy down. No, not just yet, not just yet. Tibet requests an alliance? Mate, what? Oh, no troops. Right, we are gonna get ready to H-bomb this Jaguar fella. Because he is becoming dangerous. He wants an alliance. Okay, you know what? We're gonna blitz these guys now. We're gonna blitz them. I didn't boat out enough at the start, and now I'm paying the price. Yeah, this is not good for us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not good for us. We're gonna be working optimally, and currently we are not. What? Where? Who? Bro, who? Where? What? Who's sending them? Bruh. Sorry I'm not speaking much. It's very, I should be speaking more. I'm very tired right now as well. He's attacking me with 40k. I'm absolutely obliterating this blue guy. And then this absolute muffin is requesting an alliance. Okay, ooh, yep, H-bomb, foretold it. One H-bomb and he's down. So now this gives us an opportunity. Ooh. All hell is breaking loose there. The moment we finish up with this guy, we're gonna push that way, and there's no one that we have to worry about on our western border. I don't know the land for that. Is that what is that? Myanmar? Was it? I'm not sure if that's still Bangladesh. No clue. Oh, he's on no troops. He's got money. I want to wait for him to use his money before I go in for the kill, because he's going to use that on someone. When he does, then we can go for him. But not just yet. Not just yet. We must wait. We must have patience. It's one of the virtues of this game that we must have in this moment. Wait, Brits offline. Have we got a sleeper cell on him? No, but oh, they're both offline. Oh, they're both offline. Let's go. What? Why? No, give it to me. Don't give it to him. Give it to me. Right, what is going on here? Like, what is going on? There is so much happening. This is actually that hectic. Okay. Right, we are steaming through. I actually really don't know what part of India this is. I don't know my geography better. I'm sure someone in the comments is going to say something about this. Maybe. That's if people are watching. That's if they've gotten this far. Unfortunately, it hasn't been that interesting, and I apologize for that. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. He's on 2.35. He's on quite a bit. So is he. This is the start of an end game I'm seeing. This is the birth of an end game, which I do not like. Who's this guy? Who the frick is this guy? Is this mine? Oh, it's mine. Let's go. Alright, I want that money. I want that money. Oh, he's up here as well. Right. Now we can decide who we go for. Fortune favors the brave, am I right? Fortune favors the brave. Betray. Go for it. You know, we don't really have the time to be worrying about all this. If anything, oh, this actual turd. This actual turd. Right, let's move you. Take you down. Right, let's take you down. Now, here's the interesting thing. I maybe should have betrayed this Port Unreal. Right, let's have a look at the stats. I maybe should have. Okay, this is an interesting position we are in now. Oh, okay. Because now this guy has got the power. Oh, who is actually this actual turd? Wait, what? Oh, the dilemmas of having to deal with so many things at once. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be an interesting game. This may not end up in our favor. If anything, I've got to save up to take on this fella first. He's copying a few H-bombs, which I'm liking, but it's not enough. Right, we're going to have to take this guy down. Like, soon. Right, so my strat for H-bombing is bombing where there's absolutely nothing. Bang and bang. Right, we're gonna go for him. We kind of have to. We kind of have to. Because if we don't go for him, someone else will. And we're gonna get screwed over. Ladies and gentlemen, it's actually paying off. This is actually paying off. Are you guys seeing this in real time as well? Bear in mind, I believe this is the last game I've played as well since playing with all you lads, which is kind of crazy as well. It's hilarious. Right, where's my? Oh my gosh, what is this turd doing? He's actually he's trying to. Right, now I've still got to keep enough money to look dangerous. Yeah, it's this guy Port Unreal. When my bang, now he's cooked. Ooh, yeah, baby. Look, I'm still waiting for a loss, ladies and gentlemen. You guys may be thinking like, oh, you know, he's playing, he's only recording his wins. No, you can ask my friends. I barely record this. We're on 74. How much is Scorpion? 6.2. We win if we take down Scorpion. We win if we take down Scorpion. So, GG. None of these guys will betray because they're not silly. Or they may be, but who knows. Yeah, I take down Scorpion, I win. Right, let's H-bomb him, and then we win. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but... Ladies and gentlemen, we won. I have played one free-for-all game since last recording. It happened a couple days ago, and I wasn't recording, and I wasn't in the mood to record. And so I did it on incognito. I played at San Francisco on incognito, and I won. And I was like, oh crap, you know, I should have just played it on my normal account, and the stats would have gone to my account. I'm now gonna clean up the board. You're gonna see some hopefully more generalized Openfront memes, which are more relatable. They're not just like specific clan tribe or like experienced Openfront memes. Enjoy, and I'll see you later for the analysis.
Lego City. The mobile police units have caught the robbers and need a police station. Hey! You can build a new police station. Take them in, get the concession, and lock them up in a prison block. But the robbers have planned an escape. Now you can send out the police force to save your city. The new police collection from Lego City. Each set sold separately.
And we are back. Here, I'm here to prove. See, so I did, yes, the last game. South America was before I recorded. Giant World Map was first recording. Strait of Gibraltar was second recording. This was to connect to some Openfront website thing that like tracks your stats that I found on the Openfront Discord. And then here is the game. Let's go to rankings. Numero uno. Yes, I know. 5 player kills. Okay. 6. Wow. Okay, so 16. So even though I thought I got barely any, I seem to have gotten second. Bombs dropped. We didn't drop many bombs. We just dropped H bombs. And again, I don't mean to say this is a strat because you need people who build factories and SAMs in order for you to survive. But we yet again didn't build a single SAM or single factory. Let's go to the economy. 63. We made second in the economy, and that's what I've said this in other videos, is that the strongest factor of your economy isn't the amount that you're nitpicking, factory maxing, port maxing. No, it's how much you conquer, because you gain the land, you gain the infrastructure that's been built by someone else in a different region, which diversifies the locations of your boats, of your trains, the trains which you don't create using, again, that's if you use my strat, but I don't recommend everyone use my strat, because then otherwise there'd be no factories. I need people who build factories for my own conquering. Let's go to the game now. That's the main juice, hopefully, of this video. That's what it's meant to be. So starting off, if we have a look at the spawn regions, there isn't much, as in, look, usually the maps balance themselves out. There are less people who spawn in the snow, more people who spawn in the greens, because they know it's quicker to spawn, it's quicker to move around in the greens. My strat when it comes to spawning is to spawn right next to the coast. Right next to the coast, to the river, somewhere close where they can immediately begin boating out. Also, when it comes to tribe killing, sometimes you may think that it's a 50. If you and someone else are racing for a tribe to try and get the money off them, my strat is to click at the last minute. For some reason, at least it's worked in the past, is that more likely than not, if I click once more, maybe 1% or 20% into the tribe, it'll get me the gold. I don't know why, I don't know how, I've got no stats to back this up, but this is what I do and it works for me. I went for this Assam as well, because if you saw, my border was right next to his city. So I wouldn't have to put much effort in to be able to see results. Compared to if I was to attack this Mizoram, I know I'm allied with him, but if I was to attack him, it'd be so long until I get to the city. At this point, in the early stage, when it comes to bots, all I care about is the infrastructure that they've got. I do not care how much gold they've got or land, because odds are they haven't got much land. They haven't got much gold. But what they do have is they build cities and ports. Factories, I do not care about, because especially in this early game, it's going to do nothing. But you see, once I don't bother crossing over into Assam in the south, because there's no cities there. I do not care about that south. There were shields there. Why would I want to go there? It's just inefficient for my troops to be utilizing my troops down there. Yes, and then I went for this guy, Monkey Chunky. Again, that was a bit of a no-brainer as well. He was on, 38k or something, and by then I was on 90. What I do as well to try and see these opportunities is I zoom out. I keep my camera zoom at around this distance, so I'm able to see everyone's surrounding name as well as their troop count, and I see relative to mine how much they're on and whether anyone's attacking them. That tells me whether there's an opportunity for me to attack, or whether they're distracted enough that I can do an attack, be vulnerable, and not have to worry about them trying to attack me as well. West Bengal. Wow. Okay, so yeah, he was on 30k. I believe that's why I went for him. I don't see any other reason why I would have gone for him then. And all I wanted was that city. Odisha. Yes, I did ally. You can tell. Also, you can tell if someone's allied with someone else based on the color of their borders. I believe it's a recent update because I don't remember it in old versions. But if the border is green, it means you're allied. The border is red, it means you're not. There's also another one for betrayal, I thought. I'm not sure though. Don't quote me on that. Oh yeah, and Akira went low, and they'd a little, you know, part of the river here. If they didn't, then I would have had no chance. That would have been Anno Jaguars. Also, Anno Jaguar was a risk that whole time, and I could tell because he had so much land, he had a lot of infrastructure, and he was pretty efficient with his attacks, which I judge people based on the decisions they make, the types of decisions they make. They may be on like really low troops, they may be super vulnerable, but there's a tiny percentage, tiny chance that it's because that they got ganged up on, or some unfortunate event. But I judge based on how you use your troops and how you, if like you see for him, he's keeping the amount of troops at home around 30 or 50%. Sure, he may be stacking up a bit more if he's got nothing to do with them, but he is ensuring that he's growing at his optimum population growth, which not everyone does. Oh, why did you betray? That's the worst thing you can do. Raising Nation is always a bot. But the issue with Anno Jaguar, and if he's watching this, he'll be able to maybe take something back from this, but he's very vulnerable to a hydrogen bomb, especially having this much land concentrated to yourself. I mean, that's another benefit about boating out early on, is in the mid game you're not really dispersed in a central, like you're not in a centralized region. And that can be good and bad. If you're good at delegating with your neighbors, then that's good, because then you don't have to worry about getting sandwiched from every single side. That's why I sometimes ally with the bots early on, because I don't want to be dealing with my neighboring bots attacking me early on. I'll attack them later in 5 minutes time. If they've been conquered by someone else, that does not concern me. My thoughts are on something else completely. But if they're there, I'll take them. Alright, what happens now? Okay. Yes, okay, so I went on a spree down south now because I allied up with Anno Jaguar. I allied up with Anno Jaguar and Bit, which meant that all this south down here was mine for the taking, and no one was really going to challenge me for it. Sure, they could have sent trade could have sent boats out, but he had issues on his homeland. He didn't have time to think, oh crap, Dex is going to take, you know, this whole side of the map. And what the heck was this guy doing? I mean, he could have, there were so many opportunities, yet he was just surrounded by bots. He didn't use his opportunities that well. And he went all out. Ladies and gentlemen, Openfront 101, do not go all out. Do not go all out. That's the last thing you want to do. And you see me, I will barely any time go below 20% at home. I do that for my population growth. Sure, it may be good in the short run in certain scenarios for swiftly attacking someone, but in the long run, it jeopardizes completely your, I believe it jeopardizes your population growth in the long run. Of course, that's up for debate because you've got people like Rex, my bad. People like Rex who their strat is to go like 80% and 100% in, which I don't agree with, but that's just me. Yeah, so then down here, bang, it was all mine for the taking from there. Now, there were wars happening, and I believe I was zooming out every now and then just to check on the wars, just to check up on the rest of the world, because I was finishing up down here, and I concurrently wanted to be monitoring the situation to be able to jump in without much interruption. Bang, we got on Bit. We could have probably sent more in, but I believe a lot was happening, so I wasn't really that nitpicky about how much I was sending in. I mean, in these moments, there's only, like, you can only spend so much brain power doing something because there's just so much you're thinking about, so many factors you have to worry about, whether it's about someone going to sleep and attacking them, whether it's about your allies, someone's requesting alliance, someone's betraying, or what are your neighbors on, how much gold they're on. What are your future borders? If you attack someone, what are your future borders? That's one of the key things that I think a lot of Openfront players, especially somewhat experienced players, don't understand, is that when they attack someone, they're not thinking 2 steps ahead to the fact that they're going to be now neighboring someone else, and to think whether that person's now a threat. I've got a perfect example for this. I'm going to show this as a side note right now. Right, here we are, 50 people, San Francisco. You're going to have to believe me here that I was Anon Rhino. I hope you can tell by, so I started out down here. You can tell I barely built any cities. No factories were built. My style, you're going to have to believe me, it was me. Anyways, so this guy, Death Have Fun, he's got half a mil pop cap. He's attacking the Spectacled, but what he forgot to do was ally me. Now he's sitting on 140k troops. I'm set. I'm on 540. He's there. He's probably, so he's attacking with 240, so he's on 350k. He's attacking Spectacled on 92. He's not allied with me. And this is something that he wasn't thinking of. He was just focused on attacking Spectacled. He was just focused. He's like, oh, you know, easy free kill. He wasn't in the mindset of thinking, when I take Spectacled down, because I mean, in this situation, in this scenario, it's obvious he's going to take him down, but he hasn't thought the next step ahead, which is, who's he bordering? Do I have to worry about him? Will he look at me as I'm looking at, will he look at me the same way I'm looking at Spectacled? The answer is yes, because if we play now, Spectacled goes all out. I'm allied with Spectacled. Bang, there goes the boat. He's on 230. And oh no, Death Have Fun, he's getting attacked. He didn't think whether, so bear in mind, I've secured every other border. Every other border is secured. And now Death Have Fun has realized he's probably cooked. He's probably cooked. I allied with FYE. As you can see, the green, because I knew that I was going into Death Have Fun. I want to make sure that I'm not going to get rambled from the side from FYE. So I allied him to make sure that that wouldn't happen. Bang, I don't care that he's on 3 mil. And look, FYE joins in the party as well. He, coincidentally, wasn't allied with him as well. And bang, I take all the cities, all the good stuff, all the ports. And that all happened because Death Have Fun didn't ally me. There probably would have been a time, and for good Openfront players, they understand when there's a good player who, odds may be, they don't. If the good player is in a position where he's dominant in the game, the odds are he's not going to want to ally you if you're 2 times smaller than him. Because why? Why would he want to ally you when he can just conquer you, right? What you've got to do is present an alliance in a time of their vulnerability. When they're in the middle of attacking someone, when they don't want to have to deal with anything, when they don't have the time to look and see who exactly has allied them, all that's going through their mind is the willingness to minimize the amount of risk that they have of losing. They want to minimize the risk of losing. And so when they're in the middle of a heated attack, and let's say they're a dominant person, and little old you requests an alliance, odds are they'll accept. Why? Not because of any reason that they've analyzed you and they go, oh, you know what, I agree, you know, we should ally him. No, it's because he's doing it out of desperation. Well, not they, you know, but they're doing it out of desperation because they don't have the time to think, let me check this guy out. They're just going, whoever this is, I'll ally up, gotta minimize my risk. But in this scenario, I allied up FYE because I saw Death Have Fun coming in, and I knew I was going to attack him. And so I thought to myself, I've got to ally FYE in advance. Make sure you remember that, because it's for mid-experienced people, it's easy to miss. We're back, and we have just betrayed Anon Jaguar. Again, I didn't have to, but I thought, you know, I might as well. One of my quotes I tell myself is, I didn't say it today, but sometimes if I'm in these stupid scenarios where I think I could try something like completely berserk, which could work out, I tell myself the phrase, fortune favors the brave. Fortune favors the brave. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does. Okay, the Merv. This is another thing, the Merv. The reason why I Merved. And some of you guys are going, why the heck did you spend 25 mil on someone who just went all out on you? My answer to that is Port Real. He had been sitting above 15 mil, approaching 25 mil the whole time. And I wanted to delay his ability to getting a Merv, because a Merv would be detrimental to anyone. And I would much prefer, the moment people have Mervs and they play safe, they don't want to go at each other, is the moment endgames start. That's the moment when, that's the moment when borders solidify and then no one wants to go against each other because they're just going to get Merved. And as you've heard me say numerous times, I'm completely against endgames. I think it's a pure waste of time. You're just sitting there building, spamming cities going, I haven't built a port here, got to build a factory here. Stuff all that, it paid off here. I didn't know statistically whether it would or not. But that was the reason why I Merved. Because as opposed to Merving port already, which would then result in me having to take on Christ Emperor. Plus the fact that I believe did I ally him? Yeah, I had allied him. So then I would have had to betray again. I didn't have the troops. He had a larger pop cap than me. But somehow, let's watch how I was able to get ahead. Because somehow, look, I'm not sitting on high troops. That is around, I'm growing at my maximum rate, approximately. He's at 2.14, 20 mil gold. So that's 4 H-bombs worth, and he builds infrastructure. Look, I'm not saying, no hate to building infrastructure. Infrastructure is fine if you want to defend cities or not. But for me, at least, if you see my strat, I'm so spaced out. The most he could take is maybe, 5 cities, 6 cities, something like that. I've got 63, so that's 10%. I don't bother concentrating because my attack strategy is swiftness. Yes, swiftness. It's not trying to play it safe. It's not trying to statistically see if I've got a chance of taking him down. No, it's all, when you're in these scenarios, there is no chance to think. You got to make a pot call, and you've got to commit to it. Yes. Okay. So here I H-bomb. Down goes 200k troops. And now I'm just above him now. But he's still got to deal with Peaceful Trader, who's alive down here. So now he's realized he's now in a bit of a pickle. He's got to somehow take on Peaceful Trader, as well as deal with trying to stay alive. What does he do? Okay, so he sends H-bombs. That's going to do quite a bit of damage to Peaceful Trader. Bang, there goes half his troops. No one does anything. Okay, here we are. We've talked about this before. Rule 101 when you're in these situations, you do not attack the nuke land. Look at my land. Look how many holes are in it. It is cheddar cheese if it was green. That's attacking the nuke land in these scenarios where, winning is still not guaranteed is the last thing you want to be doing. And so I take advantage of the situation, in addition to the fact that he's pretty low on troops. Now, I've told you before, I like H-bombing absolutely nowhere land. Sure, I could have probably shifted that H-bomb down a bit so that I could get more of his land as opposed to getting this water. Is that water or is it someone? I think it's water. Anyways, but I'll show you how much damage. Hopefully it'll show how much damage. So he's sitting on 1.1 and it goes to 1 mil. Okay, so that's 100,000. Not too much damage, but I want to avoid nuking the cities because that's what I'm going to ultimately take. We're moving at half pace here. Now this is a thing that you've got to remember to avoid because it's really easy to sometimes forget to, especially when you're being rash and you're trying to, deal with the stress all at once of attacking. But you want to try and avoid nuking the enemy, attacking the enemy, and then all of a sudden the nuke that you'd sent is now attacking you, and then you lose 200, 300,000 troops, which happens. It happens to everyone. And I could have delayed the attack by maybe 2 seconds just to guarantee that I wouldn't get hit. Luckily, I didn't get 2 hit. But look and this is at half a frame per second. And this is with me with a debuff as well. But it's because I'm attacking with so much force. Basically, his whole army, I'm attacking with 600k. He's got 600k as well. And no one bothers to betray. Why? Because they know that... I don't know. They know. I'm bullcrapping at this point. Why don't they betray? Well, if I was them, I would zoom out and I would think, heck, there's no better time to attack. It's either I attack now or I lose. And when you're in those positions, I mean, as this Peace Please is in, he's in the rut. Oh crap, you know, like I've lost the game. But what he should be thinking is, this is my last moment. This is my last moment. Death is guaranteed if I do nothing. At least I tried. And sure, most of the time, for him at least in this position when he's up against a guy like me, he's probably not going to win. But at least he tried. And for me, in a position where I, like, people in Peace's mindset don't attack, that helps me. And I shouldn't be saying this for my own interest, but I mean, this game, it helps you be daring in an amateur way, in a gaming way, but it helps you be daring to think, oh, you know what, like, I've got to try. I've at least got to try. And for him, he didn't. For him, Peaceful Trader, this other guy, damn, they couldn't do anything. The only person that could do something really was Peace Please. But even in this scenario, he didn't have the gold to nuke or anything. Port Real somewhat did, not as much. But I don't believe Peace Please attacked. And so he lost. In this position, clear loss. If he's doing nothing about it, he's going to lose. He should be thinking, this is my one last opportunity. And sure, from my perspective in the game, I probably would have been like, oh, look at this guy, of course he's betraying me and going for it. But if I was in that position, I'd be doing the exact same. Because there's nothing else I would be doing. I wouldn't be sitting here like this, doing nothing. Because now look, I'm at 1.4, I'm twice his amount, I'm on 14 mil, and I'm practically guaranteed a win right now. There's nothing he can do. And bang, there's a win. That also comes from attacking one at a time. I hope you saw that I rarely put on two fronts at one time. Two fronts at one time is dangerous. It's dangerous if you can't handle it, if you don't have the pop cap or the gold to be able to defend yourself and be a threat. And it's dangerous because when it comes to two people, they indirectly, without communicating with each other, give each other encouragement to say, you know what, there's a chance that we can take him down. If one of them ally up, then they're stuffed. Then they're cooked. But if both of them keep going, they could have a spirit where they end up taking the person down. Doesn't happen often, but sometimes it does. Anyways, that's the win. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next win or loss.